Action News Network is an Aboriginal American media network. As such, we are protected under the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, or DRIP, Articles 8, 14, and 16. Action News Network is allowed to provide Aboriginal news and media content on non-Indigenous media platforms free of oppressive censorship. Any breach of this protection is a breach of international law.
FTC is bringing independent piecemeal actions against content creators for violating COPPA. That may discourage content creators from posting content on YouTube. So the analogy that I think of, imperfect, is the expression about shooting fish in a barrel. And YouTube is the barrel, and the content creators are the fish. And so it's a place where this content is centralized, and essentially it's easy for us to find. That this action is changing YouTube's business model. That YouTube cannot bury its head in the sand. YouTube cannot pretend that it's not aware of the content on its platform and hope to escape liability for COPPA. YouTube is going to be explicitly held liable for complying with COPPA where it has actual knowledge of the content. YouTube is going to be required to seek out that actual knowledge through requiring content creators and channel owners to specifically designate whether they are directed to children. And as the chairman noted, not only can we sue Google and YouTube for compliance with COPPA, but also individual channel owners and content creators. And once this order has been fully implemented, we intend to conduct a sweep.
Alright, what up, y'all? It's Action Jack in the motherfucking house. Today we're going to talk about YouTube, the FTC, which stands for the Federal Trade Commission, and their COPPA law, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and how it affects YouTube. And yes, it will affect Black YouTube and the conscious community. So let's get deep into this. I'd like to shout out some of my subscribers who've been around from the beginning, always contribute to positive conversation here, including Rainstorm, Belize and Bang, and Jackman. So always shout out to y'all three brothers. Appreciate the love all the damn time. Alright, so let's get into this. Now I seen a flip out over this COPPA FTC law on a lot of the gaming and toy collectors channels. But other than Brother Sanchez, no Black or anybody in the conscious community really have been talking about it or explaining to their viewers, and that scares me. Now there are some in the broader truth community like Tim Truth who've been shedding light to this, but none from the Black conscious community. And regardless of our ideological differences, I don't want to see the complete destruction of years of work. Even say a Sonetta. As much as I question his ideology and his motives, he has a vast archive of valuable interviews with the likes of like Dr. Phil Valentine and others who I believe are worth protecting. You dig? So I'm really speaking to all, and not just Black YouTube. My white truthers out there, please, if you ain't got the memo, Big Chief Action gonna learn you something, alright? And of course, we are going to go deep, no homo on this, because it's deeper than you think. Pause. Now let's start with COPPA. Some people said COPPA. I heard a lot of international people, pronounce it COPPA because it reminds them of like COPPA or whatever. It stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. It was put into effect in 1998. By the way, side note, I'm in my mid-30s and was in junior high school in 1998. So it's weird that a law that's been on the books since I was 12, 13 years old, it's now being enforced on a platform created 7 years after the law was made. Which the FTC allowed YouTube to violate for over 15 years now, right? Back in '98, if you're old enough to remember the internet back then, You know, like 98, I probably would have had like a Windows 96 and Windows 98 operating system on an old heavy IBM computer. Laptops wasn't economically feasible back then. We damn sure ain't had no cell phones that had operation systems on it and to go on the internet or anything like that. Different time. And back then it was the chat rooms. If you could go back, if you want to think about this era, you go back to the early 2000s, like around the time when To Catch a Predator was out. This is that type of stuff with Chris Hansen was going around doing, exposing those people online. That was why COPPA was created. All right, and COPPA's a good law, so don't get it twisted. I'm not here to bash the law in general. It's supposed to protect kids under 13 from online solicitation, which as a parent I agree with. And I don't think any parent wouldn't agree with that. Or any sane person, right? My problem is the suspicious timing of the law and the inconsistencies and vagueness of the law. I'm going to cut to the chase. This is being used as a last-ditch effort to censor alternative media, mostly conservative, radical, conscious, and truthers. All right. Let's look at YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, I believe her name is. 51-year-old founder of the government-backed 23andMe, and you know how in this community how we feel about 23andMe, fake-ass DNA shit that's always trying to put you back in Africa. So we know what background she's coming from, and she also was an exec with Google. She supposedly allowed her basement to be used by the two creators who created YouTube back in 2005. She rented her basement out. I don't know, that sounds like some suburban shit. I've never seen nobody rent their basement out to somebody. Maybe it's some garage band shit. I don't know. Never lived in a neighborhood where people did that type of shit. But hey, whatever, right? But just like Facebook, how we coming to see how what's his face? Zuckerberg, you know, like he's always been a government plant, even, you know, from when he was a kid in college and shit like that. Same thing with this fucking YouTube shit I'm starting to see, alright? So she became CEO of YouTube in 2014. This is shortly after Google and Alphabet bought YouTube. And since 2014, censorship and the promotion of mainstream media on the platform, and on a platform whose slogan was once broadcast yourself, has now abandoned that slogan once brought by company Google, in this case, whose slogan once was don't be evil. These people only talk in doublespeak, alright? So recently the tool was fined over $100 million for the violation of the COPPA Act, which not only is a drop in the bucket for Google, but it gives them a bit of fake credibility. Like, hey, we was hit, so now you're on your own with the government who's going to finish what YouTube couldn't complete. All right, the full censorship of alternative media, and that's the whole goal here. With the fake ass Trump impeachment hearings going on, where Trump is basically getting a nigga treatment, you know what I'm saying? His peers, his peeps, the Republicans in office, they can't even stand up and defend the dude and shit like that. He getting railroaded through justice. Trump is an honorary black man because of this shit. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You want to say Bill Clinton was black for playing saxophone, sticking cigars up bitches' pussies, and smoking some weed. Nah. You know, Trump going through the system the same way a black person goes through the system, where they don't care about your rights or anything else. They just gonna fuck with you, right? And change the public opinion. You know, so and the IG, Inspector General, and more FISA, they have reports that are supposed to be in Trump's favor, and is gonna almost exonerate him in his battles on Capitol Hill. That's to be determined, but those reports are due to be released in the same week of COPPA's YouTube deadline of December 10th, 2019, and it's not a coincidence. Anybody that's into any of these truths and all of this shit, nothing's a fucking coincidence, nothing's new under the sun, right? So now COPPA will directly affect any gaming, toy, or animation sites, whether geared towards kids or adults. It don't matter at this point. Alright, now if you continue to agree to being a kid-friendly channel, there's no more live streams for you. Ads or comments will be taken down. You won't be able to have any ads or comments, make any revenue off of that, which, like I said, will affect revenue. And kids programming is the biggest earners on YouTube. And that's another thing. They want to cut back on people making so much fucking money. And like I said, kid, if you wanted to become rich on YouTube real quick, you can do some kid shit. But there's also a lot of funny half pedo shit going on the site too. So that has to be taken down. But you know, not like when my kids watch like FGTV and stuff like that, and some of the other gamers and stuff. I don't have a problem with my kids watching this shit, and I curb them from anything that they shouldn't be watching that's weird on there. So it's up to me what my kids are watching this shit, not the government. So keep that in the back of your mind too. Now for the rest of us, if you choose no, my channel isn't kid friendly, you can continue to post, but there'll be new rules, and if you violate these new rules, it will cost you up to almost 40 G's every video violation, and that's not a joke. So this is very fucking serious, and this is why I'm trying to get this out to the conscious community and shit. Even though I'm a small platform, hopefully this will go viral. All right. So the rules in order for the FTC not to deem your video, your channel kid friendly: you can't use animation or cartoons in videos or thumbnails. You can't use any flashy, bright colored text or graphics in videos and thumbnails. No teen-orientated slang or very popular music. If you're teaching adults, it has to be at a collegiate level with college level vocab. You can't sound like you're teaching to fourth graders, which sadly most American adults' comprehension level is around that grade. But I don't baby my subs, so I'm good. Just need to cut back on some colorful thumbnails, no more animation or images that kids would like or theme to be cool, whatever, and script my videos, which I haven't already implemented. So I encourage, if you can get a lawyer, you know, get one. If you got them in your family, ask for advice, use them, or take these precautions if you want to thug it out like me. I'm not too worried about getting fined $40,000 and shit like that. My platform is small. It doesn't mean that I can't be taken down. I'm already being shadow banned, but that's another video. Before I end this news brief, my other beef with this hypocrisy is porn. Alright, you got X videos, X Hamster, Pornhub, countless others, you know what I'm saying? You can put them down in descriptions if you want, you know, to school me, which are peer-to-peer porn video search engines, right? And they're similar to YouTube, just they deal with porn. And even, you know, and weirdly, they have other videos on there that's not really porn, with like fetishes and shit, but, you know, that's a whole nother video too, and I don't want to get into that shit. But they have anime porn. And these sites are free with no way to stop kids from getting onto these sites, right? They can go on Pornhub and all these sites with the same ease, even easier, you know what I'm saying? If you go through like Google or whatever, Google search engine, you know, if you don't have it on Safe Search or whatever, it will just bring up images and shit from these videos and shit that your kids is already on. Believe me. Alright, I was 13 in like 1998, and back then it was videos, VHSs, and magazines. You know what I'm saying? We still had to go to the store to get magazines and shit back then, because the internet wasn't, you know, it took you an hour to download a page, and it really wasn't porn on the internet like that. They didn't start popping off to about the early 2000s. But before I go too far into porn, because I don't want to sound like a creep or a weirdo and shit like that, but these sites, you know, they have no way of stopping kids from getting on them. They only go by what YouTube goes by too, which is you're supposed to be a certain age to use this platform. And some of them don't even ask you that when you first get on the site, you know, just like YouTube doesn't. But it's just known in their terms of use and shit that which is supposed to legally protect you. You know what I'm saying? Which tells you that you're supposed to be a certain age to be on these sites and stuff like that. But there's no word on if they are going through this BS. When that, to me, is way more of a pressing moral issue than alternative news giving a second opinion that kids might see due to catchy words or animation. The FTC don't want your kids hearing a nigga like me, but if they want to watch Elsa from Frozen get bang banged by a bunch of Yetis, then hey, it's a free country, right? And we should be paying more attention to our kids, right? So so I'm saying we could put pressure on them to do the same to porn platforms. And if you do that, you're gonna watch how quick their lawyers, because all that money that they fucking make, will squash that shit quick, fast, and force the FTC to stop their BS on peer-to-peer social media platforms, right? After all, with Chicky, like, what the fuck was the point of YouTube Kids? YouTube has YouTube Kids. You know what I'm saying? They're like a bunch of fucking humps and shit. Like, you created a site for kids only. You should have been, for the last couple years, steering all your kid content to that site, but they haven't, because they've been planning this shit for years. I'm telling you this shit. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube didn't even pay that $100 million. How do I know they paid that shit? They could just be saying that to give themselves some credibility. So all this is like bullshit to me, okay? And I'm not fucking stupid. And when you have the same disclaimer on kids on your platform, similar to the porn sites, you know, and like I said, just create a safe spot app for kids, which already restricts their solicitation. I'm not fucking buying it. All right. And this is they being real sloppy, and this is being championed by your oppressed Democrats in office. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The Dems are all on this, and they all about exploiting protected classes, protected groups for their gain. They don't want informed blacks. They don't want informed kids. They don't want conservatives converting people online. They are using our kids to finally censor us. Think about if you say fuck COPPA or you don't support it. Who the fuck don't love the kids, man? Who don't love the kids? As Marty Moore would say on the Martin Lawrence show, right? Action News Network, man, I ain't going nowhere. I'm already shadow banned. My sub count hasn't grown since Lex Will shouted me out last year. Shout outs to Lex Will for that. But we're like the little fucking engine that could, man. We're gonna keep on moving. Which, again, this reference I wouldn't be able to use after December 10th. So the best thing you can do to support this channel is to like, share this video, share the fuck out this video, subscribe. Alright, get this video out. I want black people who listening to this shit, I want white people, Hispanics, anybody who doing this truth shit online, or even if you got just a family-friendly channel and shit like that, listen to this shit, and I'm gonna try to give you some links to other people. Check out Bro Sanchez, one of his latest videos. He goes into depth how his channel's gonna change and shit. There's gonna have to be a lot of professionalism. We're gonna have to grow up, you know. So that's how it is. You're gonna see me be more professional. Things gonna be more scripted. There's gonna be less animation and stuff like that. I try to catch people's attention and shit, but you know, hey, can't do that shit anymore. So the videos is just gonna be, you know, I'm gonna try to make them exciting as possible. But stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us, because a lot of your favorite channels gonna go down. So you might as well subscribe to me before it becomes really hard to find me. All right, because you know, a lot of them, I'm telling you, a lot of these motherfuckers is not listening, and they take this and they gonna get hit with these fines. And once one big person get hit with a fine, the rest of the community is gonna like drop like flies and shit, because they ain't gonna want to take that hit. So like I said, subscribe, let everybody know what's the deal. Peace.